Ew, germs, ew, germs, germs, oh no, germs. Hey guys, this is Dr. PingPoy, and we're gonna talk about the second system in our body, which is the immune system. So after I watched the anime Cells at Work, the immune system's main job is to prevent illness. The cells quietly patrol the body's tissues, attacking viruses, infected cells, cancerous cells, and anything that does not belong to the body. So the immune system has two main components, which is the innate and adaptive. Innate defenses are always active and have broad defenses against any infectious cells. They prevent entry of pathogens or attack pathogens that enter the body. While adaptive immunity creates a memory of specific pathogens, the response is strongest and fastest for previously encountered pathogens. In episode 1, the type of immune defense is innate internal and external defenses. The cells involved are the white blood cells or neutrophils, helper T cells, and killer T cells. They work as one to defend the body against infection and disease by destroying the infectious agents like pneumococcus. In episode 3, the type of immune defense is adaptive immunity, where the cells encounter the influenza virus, which has a specific characteristics. The cells involved are the neutrophils, naive T cell, helper T cell, macrophages, killer T cells, memory T cell, B cell, and dendritic cell. Neutrophils patrol and destroy antigen. Naive T cell is an immature cell that has never encountered an antigen but enables the body to fight off new, unrecognized infections and diseases. Helper T cells issue instructions to killer T cells to wipe out bacteria and viruses. Macrophages captures and kills antigens and relay intel on the enemy. They also act as a cleaner. Killer T cells, they kill and wipe out antigens. Memory T cells provide new immune responses. B cell are antibodies secreting cells. They produce antibodies as weapons against antigens. And dendritic cell relay information to immune system and activates naive T cells. In episode 10, the type of immune defense is innate internal defenses, where they encountered the Staphylococcus aureus. The cells involved are the neutrophils, monocyte, and macrophages. Neutrophils patrol and destroy antigen. Monocyte capture and kill bacteria. They are produced in the bone marrow, and once they leave the blood vessel, they become macrophages. Macrophages capture and kill antigens and relay intel on the enemy. They also act as a cleaner. The characters in the anime represent different cells that occupy our body, specifically the immune system. The anime Cells at Work were very distinct with each cells. They differ in colors and functions, where the neutrophils are white, that patrols and destroy antigen, and the erythrocytes are red, that transport oxygen and carbon dioxide through blood circulation. The neutrophils respond immediately to the infected area in our body, but it takes time to defeat the virus because the immune system needs to identify the virus that entered our body. They also need to wait for the antibodies that are made for that specific virus. Killer B cells produces a weapon called antibodies to fight off against antigens, while killer T cells kill and wipe off antigens through the command of the helper T cells. The target in an adaptive immune response is an antigen, which is any molecule that stimulates an immune reaction by B and T cells. One of the first cell types to respond to infection is the macrophage, which both participates in innate defenses and triggers adaptive immunity. If a macrophage encounters a bacterium, it engulfs the invader and links each antigen to a protein on the macrophage surface. A macrophage displaying an antigen on its surface travels in lymph to a lymph node, where the cell encounters collections of T and B cells. When an antigen-presenting macrophage meets a helper T cell with receptors specific to the antigen it is displaying, the two cells binds. And finally, memory cells launch a quick immune response upon subsequent exposure to the antigen. That is, they remember antigens the immune system has already encountered. The other cell copies are effectors that act immediately, initiating the cell-mediated and humoral arms of the adaptive immune system. In cell-mediated immunity, the defense cells kill body cells that are defective or have already been infected by a pathogen. The humoral immunity, on the other hand, relies primarily on secreted antibodies. And that is it for today, and I hope you learned a lot. Next up is the digestive system. Stay tuned for more. This is Dr. PingPoy. Thank you.